I hope that the connection holds up. Okay, we are live. We are live.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and introduce everybody. Hello, hello there on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. I am here in Leimert Park. You can hear the drummers going on, and
Yes.
we are here with Dr. Sherilyn. And this lady, I followed her for some time. We are at My Hair, My Health, My Beauty. How we care for our hair deals it goes back to our health.
Yes, it does.
Will you elaborate on that, because you're going to speak in a little bit
Yes.
on this? So can you bring up a couple of points that you are going to elaborate on at this event?
Well, my concern with hair and our beauty and is because of things that have happened through the years.
Mhm.
Um, well, everybody know my hair is wavy, and I start wearing it this way after 2009. I went into a coma, and I was in a coma so long. My girls didn't know when I came out the coma what to do with my hair. It was just, you know how it is. You lie in a hospital bed, and so they just said, let's just wet her hair
Mhm.
and put some gel on it, and that's where the wave started.
Wow.
In 1992, I did not wear a hairstyle like that until 92.
Did you ever get into the press and curl thing?
Oh, that was years ago. Yes.
Wow.
Years ago, I did the press and curl, and didn't really get into the perms.
Mhm.
Didn't want to do that, but the press and curl I did for years. Yeah, and that's what I was doing prior to the 92 of going into a coma, and they wet my hair, and that's what I did. So,
Mm.
yeah.
Amazing story, and we will get into that at a later date.
Right.
I'm just wondering, are there particular things that, as a black woman, as a black male,
hmm
we should do to enhance that health of our scalp, and so that we always hear, "My hair won't grow." I
hmm
don't believe that.
hmm
What do you
Well,
say?
there's a lot of factors with hair not growing. And one is going to be an issue that I'm going to be speaking about today, and that's blue toxicity. Blue toxicity. Well, your hair will fall out. And that's from the lights we're sitting under. And that's from not getting the sun rays in your eyes. So I'm going to be speaking on that today. Well, your hair will fall out. But not only your hair will fall out, you'll lose your memory. You can go on dementia, Alzheimer, Parkinson's is associated with it. You have a lot of health issues linked to blue toxicity.
Well, I know that you're going on in a little bit,
hmm
and people, this is already has piqued my interest.
Yes.
Where do people find you so that they can find out, man, if I fall into blue toxicity, or
hmm
I need to know more about this? How do the people find you, Dr.
They
Sherry?
can find me at 310 That's 310-929-2408. I am located in Marina Del Rey,
Okay,
at
California.
California, Marina Del Rey, California, at 4560 Admiralty Way
Mhm.
in Suite 302. And we call it IVs by the Sea because I do IVs there. And our office where we do the IVs, you can see the ocean.
Oh, how
So
wonderful.
IVs by the sea.
So that's therapeutic
Oh
also.
my goodness, yes.
Mhm.
You heal so fast. And I want to say for beauty, just go back. One day I said, oh my God, I need a facial. I need to do this. I need to do that. And the spirit just said, go in there and get your manuka honey, squeeze some lemon juice in it. And I gave myself, you see my skin?
It's beautiful. Beautiful
And
skin.
I'm telling you, I put that manuka honey and did a scrub. It's for a special scrub brush that I use. They use it as spas.
Do you sell them from your
I,
place of
I usually
business,
point,
from
yeah,
your office?
I can. I can, yeah. But they're on Amazon. But I always show people what they are. They're very inexpensive. You put that on and do a scrub, and you leave it on for a while. But the same thing with the hair. You can put that in your hair. Now I stopped putting anything in my hair because I had a horrible experience about I don't know 6 years ago maybe,
Mm.
where I went into atrial fibrillation
From a hair product?
from a leave-in hair product. It said organic health spa that I put in my hair. Now it didn't happen immediately, and it
Ladies
happened
and gentlemen,
twice.
are you listening to this?
Organic
This is
health spare and hair conditioner from Trader Joe's.
really.
So I'm telling you, watch what you're using, even though it said natural and organic.
Mhm.
That's what happened to me.
Well, I know that everybody won't have a chance to make it down here for your presentation,
Right.
but do you have tutorials over on YouTube? I'm just trying to
I have a
expand.
YouTube channel.
Okay, let us have
Yeah,
that.
and it's new in you wellness TV with Dr. Lee. New in you for new wellness TV with Dr. Carolyn Lee. So that's my YouTube channel. So please, you got to go listen to some of the shows because there are things happening to us
Mhm.
that we don't have to allow that to happen.
We
We can
educate
turn
ourselves.
things around. We can turn things around. So we want to do that because my journey has been a journey. Two comas, you name it. I've been through it. Colon cancer, still standing. Look, feel great.
Oh, and looking great,
Feel
looking
great.
marvelous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
So,
Well, Dr. Sherilyn Lee is about to go on, and in a moment, we're here in Leimert Park. I think it's
43.
4343 Leimert Boulevard Avenue. There's drummers outside. Don't let that stop you. Come on down if you're in the area. Beautiful, a lot of art. There are people here. There's food here. So if you don't get a chance to make it down and listen to Dr. Sherilyn in person, then she's already told you where you can
Yeah. So
reach
we're going to
her.
be doing something again because there are simple techniques with this blue toxicity.
Mhm.
Simple techniques. For diabetes, you could turn around in 30 days. All these conditions you could turn around. Just dealing with the dirty blue toxicity and turning that around.
Let's do it.
Without
Let's do it.
medication and actually without supplements.
Let's do it, Dr. Sherilyn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're not going to break the live stream. I think someone else is coming up at this time. This is a remarkable event, and I'm here because I do believe in our health. I do believe in how we are responsible for our health. We are responsible for our or owning our beauty. And oh, come on. We already heard some fabulous poets from some fabulous poets. This is one of the ladies. I already sent that out over on Facebook, on my Facebook page. So, oh, we're getting comments here. Sean LeRae. Oh my goodness. Hello, Sean LeRae. Thank you, thank you, thank you for letting me know that you're out here. The connection is not that good, so just to hear from you is remarkable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But here's another poet. This lady rocked the house. Here I am in Leimert Park. My hair, my health, my beauty. And Denise Estelle is amazing. She opened up the door here, invited us in, and this was my birthday weekend, but I had to say yes because I just, you know how you get that feeling that this gonna be good, don't you miss it? It was just like this. And when this lady talked about the afro, it was amazing. So give everybody your name. You are a poet. And what else can I say? How long have you been doing poetry?
Since 2001, when I joined a writing workshop. Yes.
Give us your name, first of all.
My name is Janice C., and I do poetry.
I know that you're published.
Yes, I am published. My book is titled Verbal Gardening. It's available on Amazon.
Give us the name once again.
Verbal Gardening. If you go to Amazon, don't look up verbal gardening because you'll get 1,000 books on gardening. It's easier if you look it up under my name, Janice, Janaci, or my birth name, Janet C. Mitchell. And if you go there, thank you very much.
Are you on YouTube? Do you have a YouTube channel? Where can we? I mean, some people weren't able to, they're not going to find me over on Facebook, but I want them to be able to have exposure to your poetry. So, where do we go so we can watch you perform on the internet?
My YouTube channel is in the works, so I'm not ready for that yet. I have done several events with a producer called Larry Love, the poet, or poet Larry Love, and he has some YouTube videos up with me performing on his program.
Larry, Love.
Yes, poet Larry Love. Yes.
go over to YouTube. This lady is no joke. She blew it off talking about the afro. Oh my goodness. If we had time, I'd ask her to go ahead and just give it to us one more time. I'm looking at oh yes, yes. That Sean LeRae, you are just too kind. Did we miss Gwen? Gwen is coming on, Sean LeRae. Hang on. She's coming up next. She's coming up next. I want to thank you for being here. And I mean, you were so just mild mannered and just when you came to the stage, it was like, no, she ain't. Oh my goodness. But that's what poets do. I have one question. I always felt like poets are the true journalists. They tell the story of society, our inner workings. What do you think about that?
Yes, we tell the truth in a little different perspective. Sometimes entertaining, sometimes it'll just slap you in the face, but that's what poets do. We may word it a different way, cause you to see an old thing from a new perspective. Yes.
Well, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you and to hear you. So tell us once again where Larry Love, where we can actually go to YouTube and watch you perform.
Okay. I performed on some of producer poet Larry Love on YouTube, and you'll see some of my performances there. My name is Janice, Janaci.
And your book is over on Amazon.
Yes, Amazon.
Wow. Cool beans, as they say. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yes. Let's see. I think Gwen or let me see. Hey Paul, how are you? Thank you for coming here. This is great. It was just a last minute thought, and we're here with poets. And oh, come, dear lady. This is another dear lady who shared her experience with about hair in corporate America. I don't want that chair to fall over off the stage. Corporate America, quite eye opening. And any woman, most black women have gone through this thing of your hair in corporate America. It is a real trial. I think it's as prevalent as ageism. What do you think, Gwen? Wait a minute. Let me get her name. This diva right here.
It's Gwendolyn Goodman.
Yes. Sean LeRae is here. She's waiting for you.
Oh my. Hey, girlie.
I was able to catch Gwen as she actually recited her poetry and shared her story. So I'll go over to my YouTube page, the personal page, and you can watch her go ahead and do her thing. And I think she's streaming also. I think you caught it also. So uh, tell us something about you. Are a very complex lady, I think. You're down for the cause. You're down for women. What motivates you? What keeps you so energized? Because every time I see you, you are about the business of upholding black folks, women, and standing up for the right of all folks.
Mhm. Well, it's interesting. When you say complex, I don't know. I think I probably have had a different life experience. I was literally raised in a Judeo-Christian home. My aunt who raised me and uncle had no children of their own. So I was their only child. And my aunt, of course, was my mother's oldest sister. And she was a Christian woman. And she was married to a Jewish kosher keeping home man. So he was a very proud Jew
Mhm.
and taught me the great pride and the importance of pride in your culture. And as we know, they are great protectors of the Jewish culture. And so he, in turn, just insisted that I know my history as an American of African descent and that I love it and cherish it. So he purchased books and sat with me to read and was as curious about Black history as he was about his own history. and I in turn got great value in that. So, being a child of the '60s, when things were really getting, I was coming of age in the late '60s and '70s, and so there was just always a consciousness around what was happening in the society, in to Black people in particular.
I love it. I love it. You you haven't lost any of your zest, any of the your knowledge. You are an inspiration. You really really are. I love just your presentation. You are a drummer now. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true. I do drum a little, and so I had planned to do a little hand percussion syncopation to my poem, to my reading today, but I walked out with without my instruments. So
Well, she was powerful anyway. She was powerful, and just it was just worth being here to just be here with
it
you.
was
So
every one of the poets brought a different flavor to the afternoon, and I've delighted in each one, and I was just glad to be able to be a part.
and then this venue is fabulous. I've never been here before, but the art, and then I think yes, and then the owner, the host, I think his name, he's a filmmaker. So the mayor of Leimert Park, I'm told he is actually a self-proclaimed mayor of Leimert Park. We are in his venue, so I know that it's almost time for Dr. Sherilyn to come on. Let me get Denise, Estelle, Gwendolyn Goodman. Thank you.
Thank you for
Your
having me.
ride or die is on there. She was waiting for you. Yeah. So thank you. Will you
Thank
do
you.
me a favor and get Denise, and then we'll wrap everything up?
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Be careful stepping down there. So we are here in Leimert Park. We're wrapping this up. This has been a fabulous, fabulous event. I want you to stay in. Come on, Denise. This is the lady why we are here. Denise Estelle for Humanity. I want you to stay in contact and follow Denise, because I have a feeling she's going to be doing something like this all the time. And the venue, the people. We are a small group, but it doesn't take a whole lot of people to have a good vibe, to have good energy, to give good feedback, to learn. So, Denise, thank you, thank you, thank you. What can I say? Our health, our hair, our beauty. What made you decide to do this event?
That's a very good question, Margot. As I stated earlier, my birthday is in December. And so, in honor of my birthday, I wanted to do something extraordinary. And I used to be shy as a child, very quiet, very timid. And so, for me coming out and speaking and standing and putting on this event, I do events all the time, but this kind of event I wanted to do in honor of me having a birthday.
This was wonderful.
Thank you. It's like food. And everyone that comes, I want them to feel nourished and full when they leave. And so it was you as well as the others that fortified us. So I thank you, Margot, for your presence. Beauty. Thank you.
You are so kind. You are so kind. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady is very modest. She is the reason why we had, what was the name of your signature event for so many, honor the father.
And Willie Me.
Yes,
Willie
the
Me.
Woolly Me lady. Yes, that event. And this is kind of an offshoot from
It
Willie Me.
really is. It really, really is. I had thought about making it a Willie Me event, and I said, no, it's a whole different time. So I just kind of wanted to stray away from that, but yet stay in the same ballpark.
Well, I tell you, the venue, there's something magical about Leimert Park anyway.
It is. Yeah, this is our Mecca right here.
It is.
Yeah, this
I've
is
been
our.
in Southern California for 30 years. And when I moved here, it was something, when I found this location, I thought, wow, I wanted to get an apartment down the street. I did. This was home. Yeah.
You know what? I live right across the street.
Oh my goodness.
And the drums that you hear,
Yes.
it just permeates my apartment. I am so blessed.
Yes. Yes.
I am so blessed. Yeah.
It's just does something to your soul. It's not a distraction to hear the drummers outside.
No, not at
It
all.
goes with what's going on.
Yes, yes.
When are you doing something else? Because I know I told people to be on the lookout. You
Oh,
are on the
bless you,
move.
bless you.
So
Well, I'm working on a project for melanated women.
talk about
Yeah, 50 and over. And what we are going to do is show that black don't crack.
girl.
Not just show, but we are, I mean, you're going to hear us, you're going to feel us, you're going to see us. It's never been done. I'm really excited and I'm so happy that several of you are taking the journey with me.
Well, are you in collaboration with another group or wait a minute, I'm trying to pry a little information here, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute. While I'm asking, I may as well ask. You know?
Yeah, well, actually, I had the idea last year. No, you know what? Let me share this with you. Last year, right before my birthday, a girlfriend called me up and she said, Denise, this next birthday is paramount for you. You should do something. And I hadn't really thought about my birthday. And when she told me, I'm sorry, when she told me about my birthday, I started to get scared because I couldn't imagine myself being past 60. I was
It's
like,
amazing. It is an
yeah,
amazing
because
thing.
and what I saw, Margot, was a room that you open, and then there's people and with wheelchairs and walkers and coffin and just sick people because that's the portrayal that we get. You know, that's how they portray old people.
Yeah.
But I'm not old.
No, me either. Me,
We're not old,
no,
and
we're
we're
not.
over 50, right?
Oh, honey, wait a minute. On November, Thanksgiving Day, I turned 69 years old. Get in the camera.
Woo!
Yeah,
That's right. That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
I can't believe it. Not to take away from your story.
No.
See, I'm not one that cares about, oh, I can't let them know how old I am. Baby, I'm glad to be here.
Yes, yes, yes. And I was one of those ones that wouldn't tell my age.
Mm.
I just wouldn't because the thing about it is this society doesn't respect older women.
No.
It doesn't respect older. You know, what we generally do is we put them, our parents and older people, in convalescent homes.
Yes.
They're discredited, they're not looked at in high regard. So we need to change the paradigm.
Mhm.
And so I'm proud to be a leader of that. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank
Well,
you.
keep us posted with the new project.
Yes,
Keep us
absolutely, absolutely. And
Wow.
thank you for inquiring.
posted. Oh yes. Let me
Yes.
see. Do we have? Oh, we got people watching. Cool, cool. Thank you for being here with us.
Yes, thank you.
Let me see. Let me see. I didn't bring my mouse, so there we are. Oh, no way. Yeah, I am 69 years old. On Thanksgiving Day, I turned 69. Yes, Paul. It's very true. And feeling marvelous.
I'm not telling my age yet until I reveal the event. Then you're going to see my age.
Well, when Denise Estelle does something, she does it big. So you want to stay on her radar.
Thank you,
I've
Margot.
never known this lady to do anything halfway, half thought out, not connected. She has
Yes.
connections that she'll never speak of. And she's just good people to know. So, Denise, is there anyone else that you want us to speak to on this live stream, or are we going
Yeah,
to shut it down?
let me ask you this based on the testimonies and the presentations. Who would you like to bring up that you have yet to speak to?
Gosh, I'm thinking maybe Charles, and then we'll wrap it up because Charles Brister, he spoke earlier, and he just gave us a history of Black wealth. Everybody knows Madam C.J. Walker. Okay, thank you, Denise. Oh yes, but he told us about he brought up some names that I never would have thought of. So, oh, my phone is going off here. Hang on. So we're going to wrap it up with Charles because if you go to my YouTube chat, my Facebook page, you'll see was able to catch Charles, but he is a man who I think was cutting edge. He talked about being able to get Black people together in a directory or where we can connect each other long before I heard anybody speak of it. So he's a pioneer, I think. I call him a pioneer. And when I heard him speak today, I knew that we got to wrap this up with Mr. Charles Brister.
That's right.
All right, all right.
Rhymes with Mr. You said it just.
Mr. Brister. Well, we have people who are on and watching, so which is a blessing. But how did you? How can I? What question can I ask? Why is it that you are so interested in the movement of Black folks in business?
Okay. Well, part of my life I spent overseas working on ships, right? So I would leave the country for a while, come back, and I would notice things, right? And I saw some things not going too well for our people, particularly after the Rodney King decision. So then I started thinking about what are the solutions, and I realized a lot of our problems and solutions are based on economics. We spend a lot of money in this country, right? Over $1 trillion every year. The problem is most of it goes to other people, helping their families buy homes and send their children to college, right? That's where most of our money goes. And so one of the reasons why is because there are people, Black folks, that are willing to drive out their way to find Black businesses. But there wasn't an easy way to find them, right? Even on the job, if you get a list of doctors, you see Dr. Lopez, you know who he is. Dr. Suzuki is no question. Japanese, right? Well, what about Dr. Jones, Dr. Marshall, Dr. Johnson? You don't know, right? So we need an easy way to find each other, right? To make up for the fact that our names were taken away during slavery, our names and our languages. We don't have that language base that other ethnic groups do, or that name base, right? And so I talked to a number of businesses and they liked the idea and they was willing to support the businesses. The service is free for people to call in and get the information. Today they can text, say I'm looking for a Black plumber, right? So they can call or text and then we can help them out.
And how do they find you? 1-800
Unite Us.
1-800 Unite Us.
And the actual number is 1-800-864-8387.
Give it to us one more time, Charles.
It's 1-800-864-8387. And it's any type of business. Could be a doctor, lawyer, a jewelry store, clothing store, you name it, right? And so, can I tell you a quick story?
Sure can.
Okay, so this real estate firm called us from back east, and they were not Black, right? But they called me and they say, Charles, we want to do some marketing surveys in South Central LA, but none of our real estate agents want to go to South Central LA. And I said, no problem, because half my real estate agents live in South Central LA. So we got some business done.
Wow. See, just from being positioned to be found. Charles, so that brings it back to, I like that story. You had people in position to answer that need and make some money.
Right.
So what do you say to those of us who refuse to invest in ourselves so that we can be found? I mean, business, if we're going to do business, we have to invest in ourselves. What say you to that?
Exactly. It's a great part that you mentioned. I was watching the Griot Wars last night, which was a story about Black excellence. And one of the men was Don Peeble. He's a major building contractor. He builds buildings for a living, Black man. And he made that point how, like, there's $82 trillion invested in businesses, but out of that $82 trillion, over 98% of it goes to white men, right? So women and people of color get less than 2% of that invested money. So we have to make that investment and invest in ourselves. And during my talk, I gave the example of Dr. King. He wasn't a businessman, but, he was a great civil rights activist. And there was a Black businessman named Bernard Gaston who bailed King out more than one time. And he ran his own insurance company, had his own bank, Bernard Gaston, an incredible businessman. But just think what would have happened if there was nobody able to bail King out, right? It might not have been a march on Washington. We might still be looking for that right to vote, Civil Rights Act. And a businessman made that difference.
So, in wrapping this up, what I hear is we owe it to Black folks, to ourselves, to Black folks, to the next generation. You spoke of the next generation to be in position because they're watching us. Our kids, our grandkids are watching us. And the way we move and what we believe, we are able to make a huge impact. I got to wrap this up because I think she's going to get ready for Dr. Cheryl in a minute. But what you are very wise. You are a very wise and traveled man. So, what do you say to the person who's thinking about starting a business? I'm fitting to. I was going to, and nah. I'm going to, and nah.
Well, one thing is if you have an interest in a particular business, like say a restaurant or a clothing store, it's good if you got to have some work experience in that business, right? So you're not just learning everything from scratch. And then talk to people. You got friends or relatives or people that are open to discussing business. You can talk to them about it, ask your questions. And then also the Small Business Administration, they have a number of free publications that get into the details of all types of businesses.
Sage advice. Sage advice. Ask. Just ask and educate yourself. Well, I think that's. I thank you. Thank you for coming on over. And hey, you know what? Let me tell a quick story, real quick. This gentleman, when I over at KTV, what was the name? What was the call letter? KTYM. I had just started terrestrial radio, shaking in my boots. And Charles Brister and Kim Anthony and another gentleman, their show was on before mine. And it was always so comforting to see them come out and they would speak to me and they would make me feel like, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And I will always have a big thank you in my heart because I think, ladies and gentlemen, had it not been for people positioned, that's why you've got to position yourself in this life. Have it not been for them positioning themselves, I don't know that I would have. I think my nerves would have, and my inner child would have taken over and I would not be here today. I really believe that there were so many things going against me at that time. So I was thrilled to see Charles today, just thrilled. And I'll never forget that. I will never forget that. And that will always be my reference why you have to show up. You have to study. You have to invest in yourself. You have to position yourself because you never know who's adding you into their story. So I'm Margot Levette. Go beyond the interview. I'm here in Leimert Park on Leimert Boulevard. Denise, Estelle for Humanity. My hair, my health, my beauty. It has been a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Sean LeRae and others over on LinkedIn. I can't see you all, but I sure appreciate you all taking time and sharing with this celebration. So I'm going to end the broadcast right now, and hope you invite them to. Oh, well, yeah, I will. Paul, I will invite everybody to Alignable. It's a great organization. So, arrivederci. Everyone be safe as we're coming out of the holiday weekend. I'm wrapping up my birthday weekend. This wrapped up my birthday weekend, as a matter of fact. And I can't think of a better way to do it. Oh, my cousin. Oh, my cousin is here. Oh, okay. I'm giddy. I'm like a little kid now. We are around the globe. Thank you all for taking time because this is an awesome event, really and truly. Thank you to Mr. Caldwell. We had an internet access and everything went off without a hitch. So I'll see everybody later. Okay. Bye-bye.